One of the best parts of the Kingdom Hearts franchise is the fact that you get to see characters created from Square Enix explore the many different worlds inspired from your favorite Disney movies. From exploring the Pride Lands as a lion cub to swimming around under the sea as a merperson, Kingdom Hearts is a franchise that explores our favorite Disney movies in a way that you've never seen before. And while each and every Disney world seen in the Kingdom Hearts franchise adds a completely new and different vibe from each other, it's hard to deny that some of them are just on a whole other tier level when it comes to the quality of said worlds. So on this episode of Fantasy Kingdom, we'll be diving into each and every Disney world that appears in the Kingdom Hearts franchise as I give you guys my top 10 personal favorite Disney worlds of the entire series. Small note before we get started though, obviously per the title of today's video, I'll only be focusing on Disney worlds. The original worlds seen in Kingdom Hearts, like Radiant Garden and Twilight Town, will have their own separate lists sometime in the future, so we won't be including those worlds on today's list. Also, when it comes to ranking Disney worlds, we'll be combining every visit to that world from different games as a single entry. Finally, this is my personal list, and for that reason, there's a high probability that we won't agree on a lot of the worlds that appear on today's list. Clearly, this video is based on my own opinion, so keep that in mind. However, I do want to hear about your personal favorite Disney world, so be sure to hit up the comments and let me know your opinions down below. Anyway, with that all out of the way, my name is Ruben with Fantasy Kingdom, and this is my top 10 best Disney worlds in Kingdom Hearts. Let's get it. Number 10, Neverland. While I have never been satisfied with how the Kingdom Hearts franchise has handled Neverland as a world, as a major fan of Peter Pan, it's hard not to fall in love with certain traits seen in this world. In the original game, Neverland mostly takes place on Captain Hook's ship, the Jolly Roger. So you never really get to fully explore the world of Neverland as a whole until Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Still, the Jolly Roger feels unique and a bit different compared to other worlds seen in the first Kingdom Hearts game. For one, exploring this iconic set piece from the classic film is one thing that stands out. However, my favorite trait about Neverland in the first game is the fact that you get to fly around courtesy of Tinkerbell's pixie dust. This creates a new way of fighting enemies, and it's especially noticeable in the two boss fights of this world, Captain Hook and the secret boss, the Phantom. As for Birth by Sleep, you get the opportunity to explore iconic set pieces from the film, including Skull Island, Mermaid Lagoon, and even Peter's hideout. Number 9, Atlantica. Atlantica might very well be the most controversial world to appear on today's list, but what can I say, I really appreciated the risk that Square Enix took on creating this world. Anyway, like many of the entries on today's list, Atlantica has appeared in multiple Kingdom Hearts games. Most notably Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. With that being said, Kingdom Hearts 2 was mostly a QTE rhythm game and was not a complete world like it was in the first game. So for the most part, it's mainly because of the first iteration of Atlantica why it's cracking my top 10 list, and it's the same version that fans really hate. See, in this world, Sora is a merman and all combat in the game takes place under the sea, as you would imagine. Unfortunately, underwater combat isn't as smooth as traditional combat or even combat in the air as seen in Neverland. So for that reason, most people would probably argue that Atlantica is one of their least favorite worlds. But for me, once you get used to the frustrating underwater combat system, Atlantica is one of the most unique and creative worlds seen in the first Kingdom Hearts. For one, Sora and crew are turned into underwater creatures, giving them unique aesthetics in this world. Then, every location in this world is obviously under the sea, which gives a completely new and beautiful vibe compared to previous worlds. And you get to see so many iconic locations from the movie it's based on, The Little Mermaid. And let's not forget that Ursula might very well be one of the best Disney villains ever, so clearly Atlantica has that going for it as well. All in all, I love this world, and if the combat was just a bit smoother, I feel like it would have been appreciated more by fans of the series. Number 8, Olympus. It feels wrong on so many levels to not include Olympus on a list for the best Disney worlds of Kingdom Hearts, considering that this world has appeared in more Kingdom Hearts games than any other Disney world. To avoid taking up too much time here though, let's focus on the 3 numbered entries of Kingdom Hearts. In the first game, Olympus Coliseum wasn't really much on paper. It was essentially a world in which Sora and friends would battle through multiple tournaments. Although there were some great additions to the story like Cloud and Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII, but for the most part the world itself didn't have much going for it. However, the next 2 installments improved on this drastically. In the second game, we got to fully explore the underworld where Hades is from. This dark atmosphere created a tense and different vibe for us compared to what we knew about Olympus from our first visit. But let's be real, the best version of Olympus comes from the newest iteration of it in Kingdom Hearts 3. In this version of Olympus, we actually get to explore so much more. From battling the Rock Titan on top of a giant mountain to exploring the realm of gods itself, the city of Olympus, Kingdom Hearts 3 finally allowed us to fully explore this world to the extent that we've always dreamt of. Not gonna lie, when Square Enix first announced that Olympus was once again coming back as a world in Kingdom Hearts 3, I was hesitant about it as I was kind of fatigued with the world. However, the new look of it that we got in Kingdom Hearts 3 was incredible, and it even included more characters and a more fleshed out story compared to previous versions of this world. Number 7, San Fransokyo. My Big Hero 6 bias might be showing up a lot on this one, but something about this world just really did it for me. Perhaps it was the fact that we got to team up with Baymax, one of my favorite Disney characters of all time, or the fact that we got to run up the side of buildings and travel all over this massive town. San Fransokyo is just easily one of my favorite Disney worlds in the Kingdom Hearts franchise. Another aspect of this world that I really appreciated was the original story in this game and how it connected to the movie Big Hero 6. See spoilers for that film, but at the end of the movie, Baymax sacrifices himself in order to save Hero. But before he does, he sends his chip with Hero, and because of that, Hero is able to rebuild Baymax all over again. Well, the main villain of this world is a dark Baymax created from the same vessel that was left behind in the movie. So this world, in my opinion, does the best job at creating a new and original story for Kingdom Hearts that closely connects to the events seen in the movie. In my opinion, I don't think any other Disney world in this series has done a better job at creating an original story that perfectly connects with the events seen in the movie. So between that unique element, the fact that you get to team up with Baymax, and the city landscapes that you get to explore, San Fransokyo is one of my favorite Disney worlds in the Kingdom Hearts franchise. Number 6, Agrabah. Agrabah is another world that has appeared in multiple Kingdom Hearts games, and a major reason for that is because of the deep connection that Aladdin and Sora share with each other. While other Disney characters have connected with Sora over the years in the short amount of time that he spends with them when he's exploring their world, for some reason I've always felt like Aladdin has always had the strongest friendship with him. Looking at the world itself though, while Agrabah may come off as a bare wasteland due to the desert setting of the world, I personally really appreciated the aesthetics of Agrabah in both Kingdom Hearts and Kingdom Hearts 2. The first game allows you to fully explore the Cave of Wonders, and the second game takes you to new areas and experiences more of what Agrabah has to offer. To be completely honest with you guys, I actually really wanted Agrabah to return for Kingdom Hearts 3 because I truly believe an open world Agrabah setting on Unreal Engine 4 would have looked spectacular and gave most of the worlds in that game a run for their money. Number 5, Kingdom of Corona. Speaking of Kingdom Hearts 3, I would argue that while the quantity of the worlds was lacking in comparison to Kingdom Hearts 2, the quality of the worlds was truly spectacular. And to this day, I would argue that one thing that Kingdom Hearts 3 did better than every other game of the series was the quality of each world that Sora explored in the game. And the Kingdom of Corona from the movie Tangled was no different. While we have seen jungle worlds in the past, such as the Deep Jungle World in Kingdom Hearts 1, the Kingdom of Corona delivered one of the most beautiful forest worlds ever seen in the series. Add that to the story that closely follows the movie, additional party members in both Rapunzel and Flynn, and the many different landscapes that we get to explore, Kingdom of Corona is without a doubt one of the best worlds and most beautiful worlds we've seen in the Kingdom Hearts series. And yeah, teaming up with Flynn and Rapunzel was actually a lot of fun. A lot of the mechanics used with Rapunzel's hair specifically actually made traversing this world one of the more exciting features of the entire game. Number 4, Toy Box. Ever since the first Kingdom Hearts release, fans of the series have been dying for a Pixar world. And leading the pack of the many Pixar films to choose from, it was the first ever Pixar film, Toy Story, that fans wanted to see the most in Kingdom Hearts. Thankfully, we finally got our wish in the form of the Toy Box world in Kingdom Hearts 3. Now before I continue on, it's worth mentioning that while Toy Box is one of my favorite Disney worlds in Kingdom Hearts, it still was a small disappointment in terms of the story. The biggest complaint is the fact that the story of the game takes place in an alternate dimension instead of the world in which the toys actually come from. It's kind of hard to explain, but yeah, that's pretty much how the world is depicted. Another complaint is the fact that the world chose to focus on a mall instead of a more iconic set piece from the film like Pizza Planet. Still, with all of this aside, seeing Sora and friends turn into toys and then fully exploring a mall was one of the highlights of Kingdom Hearts 3. Also, while I wasn't a fan of some of the story elements that I mentioned earlier, I did like how the organization tried to explore the use of toys having souls in this world, and it was something that was closely tied to the main plot of Kingdom Hearts 3. And of course, having a chance to interact with both Buzz and Woody was a major plus as well. Number 3, Pride Lands. Probably the most adorable costume change for Sora and friends is the one that we get in the world inspired by The Lion King, the Pride Lands. In this world, Sora is turned into a lion cub and must battle Heartless and other enemies with a different combat system. However, unlike Atlantica in the first Kingdom Hearts game, the new combat system was actually a lot smoother than expected. The story of this world, like many of the other worlds in Kingdom Hearts, follow the plot of the movie closely. Scar kills Simba's father, Simba runs away, and Simba's friends must convince him to return to the Pride Lands to fight Scar and become the king that he was destined to be. Exploring the different landscapes and iconic locations seen from the movies with a new perspective was my favorite feature about this world. We got to see Pride Rock, the Elephant Graveyard, and even the oasis in which Simba grew up in with Timon and Pumbaa. And as I already said earlier, the combat was surprisingly smooth, to the point where I actually loved fighting enemies in this world. Actually, after unlocking the dash ability for Lion Cub Sora, I found myself racing across the different landscapes, sliding around corners, and performing insane combos in animal form more times than I can count. Of every world in Kingdom Hearts 2, I honestly believe that this is the one that I had the most fun in. Number 2, Halloween Town. Around the time Kingdom Hearts 3 released, I did a fun poll with a bunch of people I knew that were major fans of the series. And believe it or not, Halloween Town was ranked as most people's favorite Disney world in Kingdom Hearts, myself included in that. I mean, everything that I liked about other Disney worlds applies here with Halloween Town as well. For instance, Halloween Town has 3 different stories seen in both Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. In the first game, we get an original story that focuses on Jack Skellington as he looks to find a way to make the Heartless that have invaded the world more terrifying for the upcoming Halloween festival. In Kingdom Hearts 2, Sora and friends visit twice, in which the first time closely follows the film, while the second time is about solving the mystery of the stolen gifts around town. As with other entries on today's list, Sora and friends get a pretty awesome costume change as they get Halloween costumes to wear themselves. Yet the most exciting feature of Halloween Town is the world you get to explore in both games. In the first game, it's all about Halloween Town, as you get to explore every nook and cranny of this creepy town and even see some parts of it that you never got to see in the movie. In Kingdom Hearts 2, you got to do this as well, but it explores another iconic location from the movie, Christmas Town. As a major fan of both Halloween and Christmas, getting to fully explore this world themed around the 2 best holidays, in my opinion, was both exciting and thrilling, especially since the monster designs of this world were some of the best within the Kingdom Hearts franchise. Number 1, the Caribbean. Yeah, it's kind of crazy for me to say this out loud, but the Caribbean in Kingdom Hearts 3 is my personal favorite Disney world of Kingdom Hearts. The reason why it feels so weird to say this out loud is because of how upset I was when I first saw that we were getting a Pirates of the Caribbean world in Kingdom Hearts 3. I was pissed. I mean, Port Royal was the most awkward and least exciting world in Kingdom Hearts 2. I felt like the live action movies just didn't connect as well with Kingdom Hearts. Yet, after fully exploring every inch of the Caribbean in Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm very happy to say that I was dead wrong. The Caribbean literally checks off every box for what I would want in a Disney world. A story that connects closely with the events of the films, check. We get one of the best boss fights in the entire franchise when we face off against Davy Jones, check. A beautiful and massive open world to explore, check. I mean, I feel like this world was a better pirate game than Skull and Bones. No offense, Ubisoft. We got to pilot a pirate ship across the ocean and battle all kinds of enemies along the way. And in my opinion, the Caribbean is without a doubt the most beautiful world in Kingdom Hearts 3. It's perhaps the most beautiful looking world throughout the entire franchise. It's in this world where we get to see the Unreal Engine 4 be used to its fullest, as it looks damn good, guys. Speaking of a beautiful open world to explore, you even get to explore the ocean itself at times and fight enemies underwater. And get this, the combat underwater is actually good this time. Sorry, Atlantica. With a story that not only ties in perfectly with the events of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, but also with Sora's dream of sailing across the ocean as a pirate, a beautiful and gorgeous world to explore, both on land and underwater, and a scurvy pirate costume for Sora and friends, the Caribbean in Kingdom Hearts 3 is without a doubt my favorite Disney world in the Kingdom Hearts franchise. But that does it for this episode of Fantasy Kingdom. Hit up the comments and let me know what you think of my list. Is the Caribbean in Kingdom Hearts 3 the best Disney world in Kingdom Hearts, or is there a different world that deserves that title? Let me know down below. Anyway, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel for more Kingdom Hearts content. Also, leave a like on today's video if you enjoyed today's topic. But thanks for watching, and as always, I'll catch you guys on the next episode of Fantasy Kingdom. Take care.